Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. So today's video is called Magic is About Emotion. So I've been watching the show Once Upon a Time, which I've told you guys before, and this is another one of Rumpelstiltskin's little isms. Magic is about emotion. So in this case, we're talking about manifestation. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I have hiccups. So manifestation is emotion. You know, when we look at manifestation, it's like, oh, think things into existence. I feel like a lot of manifestation channels, they're like, oh, feel it. But they don't really go into how to do that. I find that a lot of manifestation channels don't go into the single most important thing, and that's healing past trauma. Okay? They say feel it into existence. Like, let's say you want to be a millionaire. Feel it into existence. Feel like a millionaire. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to feel like a millionaire when I've never been one? I don't know how millionaires feel. Okay? Well, they say, well, imagine you have $1 million in your account. How would you feel? I feel really happy. Okay, feel happy. But it's like they skip the part about being the shadow work, about the shadow work, healing the past trauma. Because it's like, you know, I'm sure those people who won the lottery, they felt happy when they got the money, right? And what did they do? They squandered it. They basically flushed it all down the toilet. And it's like, where did it all go? Because there's a lack of love, appreciation, and gratitude. They say, oh, just be grateful, just be grateful. Before any type of real change can occur in your life, there needs to be shadow work. It's so underutilized. It's so under advertised, shadow work. Okay? Think positive. Act, feel, speak, right? You want to be a millionaire? Act like a millionaire. Well, I don't know how to act like a millionaire. Watch videos on millionaires. A lot of millionaires are douchebags. You want me to act like a douchebag? No. Okay, feel like a millionaire. I don't know how a millionaire feels. I've never been one. Speak like a millionaire. There are millionaires out there who have a worse vocabulary than me. What are you talking about? Okay? Magic is about emotion. Manifestation is about emotion. But how do you get to the place of emotion where you're able to manifest? By healing the past trauma. That is like the first step that's missing here. I took notes. I'm trying to decipher my notes. It's more than, oh, just the universe will provide. The universe will provide. Well, one thing they talk about in manifestation is getting really clear about what you want, right? But how can you truly know yourself and what you want if your whole being is covered with the sticky webs of trauma and negativity? How do you know there's not something under that pile of goo that will make or break a relationship for you? But you don't know about it because it's hidden under trauma, right? Ego is fear. Okay? Ego is fear and negativity. It's easy to fear. Why is negativity so easy? Why is it so easy to be negative? The reason why it's so easy to be negative is because our ego tells us, what was I going to say? Our ego tells... Are you a pooter? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Why is negativity so easy? Because our ego tells us that if we don't go for it, we won't know what we're missing. Okay? From the time our ego develops when we're young, it contains us in this warm blanket, right? And it's like you're safe. Doesn't safe feel good? We're all warm and toasty in our little cave, our little cage here. We don't want to wander outside the cage because we don't know what's there. And so our egos obviously go back to the beginning of time. So it's ancestral and generational. It's the bags of negativity that gets passed down, right? And it gets heavier and heavier and heavier every time. So we end up thinking, well, if I had money, I would be happier. Why would you be happier? Because I'd be able to buy whatever I wanted? Why would you be happier being able to buy whatever you wanted? You know, it's questions like that make people just kind of stop and like, it makes them stop and think like, yeah, I don't know. A lot of times people will say, well, you know, because, you know, then I wouldn't have to worry about bills and rent and being hungry stuff. Okay. Valid. It's a valid point, right? So let's say you win $1 million, you get your bills set, debt paid off. Most people don't even pay off their debt, you know, but bills are paid, debt is paid, they have all the stuff. Now what? Eventually people are like, it's like, are you happy? Yeah. Well, I have all this stuff. I guess I could go out shopping. Why? Filling that hole, right? They buy the stuff to fill a hole. They're missing the joy in their life. They're missing that inner strength, that inner peace in their life. And they buy stuff. Lamborghinis and mansions and private jets and this. But I was watching this, it's not a documentary, like a video, Tommy G. And he spent the day in the life of a billionaire. And I forgot what the billionaire's name is. I'll put him down here. And he was saying, the billionaire guy was saying, I'll call him Bob. Bob was saying, you know, being a billionaire is nice. I can buy whatever I want. He was like, but what people don't understand is it's lonely. You get lonely. This money doesn't fulfill you. He actually got to a point where he wanted to unalive himself. He was like, I was so depressed and so lonely. And he's like, and I have a wife and I have kids. But I was still lonely. And you can be surrounded by people you love and still be lonely. I was in that place. 2016. When you get to that point where it's like I'm surrounded by people who love me, but that's not enough. I don't love myself. I never learned to love myself. I've been filling this hole in me with stuff, with money, with work. I don't get to truly enjoy because there's always that climb for more. Okay, when we look at the Sun card in tarot, it's about hope, optimism, vitality, and the ego hates it. The ego hates hope. The ego hates positivity and wonder and curiosity because The ego is about fear. The ego is a scaredy cat. Hope for what? Yeah, we can hope but hope doesn't pay the rent. Are you paying the rent every second of your life? No. You pay the rent once a month. But I worry about the rent all month. I mean, how can I? Yeah. You know, people who are low income, yeah, I worry about the rent all month. Do you worry about the rent 24/7? Even when on days and times when you can't do anything about it? Yes. Why? Well, because I want to make sure I can pay my rent. But can you do anything about it at that point? No. Then why are you worrying about it? Because our ego is afraid. Oh my God, we're not going to pay the rent. Oh my God, our lights are going to get shut off. Oh my God, we're going to get evicted. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That is allowing our ego to take over. Our ego hates the sun. The fear and what lives in the darkness are shadows. Our shadows fear the sun. Our shadows fear the light. Our shadows fear being discovered. However, when we become brave enough within ourselves, the strength card, right? Strength. On the strength card, we see the Empress holding the lion's mouth closed. Shut up, ego. Lion, Leo. Leos. I did a video about how to attract the Leo. And I was laughing because Emperor's New Clothes. I was talking about the Emperor's New Clothes. And these scammy tailors were gassing up the Emperor, right? Oh, your robes are amazing, beautiful. You look so regal. And made the Emperor believe that he was wearing clothes. And when people saw that he was naked, the tailors told him, no, the reason she can't see the robes is because she's not worthy of the robes. Right? And that's the Leo is the Emperor. Okay? The Leo is the king. Bow before me, peasants. They'll believe all someone has to do is gas them up and they're gone. Right? I'm a Leo. I'm a Leo moon. So when it comes to emotion, there are times where I tend to make myself out to be better than someone. In the past, I would lord myself over someone. I would use big words and condescension and passive aggressiveness to make them feel, I want them to feel like peasants, dirt on the ground. That's my Leo side. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. But, the strength card. Shut up, Leo. Shut up, ego. I'm the Empress. I am ruled by love and compassion and nurturing and positivity and hope and love. You shut up. We need that strength to say, shut up, ego. But we talk about shadow work. But there's a need to say, well, how do I prepare for shadow work? I did a video pre-shadow work, but what about, okay, that's what we do before the shadow work, but what about pre-shadow work? How do I get myself to be willing to commit to it? Well, it's kind of like being an addict, right? When I was an active alcoholic, there are times where I was like, yeah, I want to stop drinking. I want to be healthier. I want to do this. But I never did it. My resolve was not strong enough. I always gave back into my addiction. Our ego is an addiction. We have to be able to recover from our ego. Recovery. Okay, the 9 of Swords is about anxiety, bless you, worry, Sleepless nights, it's ego. But the Nine of Swords reversed is recovery. It's a return of hope. We need to be in a place where we have to be sick of it. So many of us are sick of it, right? But we're afraid to make a change. You know? And once we make that change, once we do that healing, then we can focus on manifestation. You know, and people talk about manifestation and they're like, that's just wishful thinking. Well, you know, there was a time when I thought manifestation was stupid, right? And for people who were just dreamers, didn't want to face reality, living in a fantasy world. Okay, we have a tendency to want to believe in hope and optimism, but yet allow our egos to override it. We want to believe in hope. We want to believe in optimism. You know? But our egos are like, yeah, that's in fairy tales. We don't have anything else to listen to, so we listen to our ego, right? Thinking like, oh, our ego knows best. No, our ego does not know best. Our ego is not the authority. Our ego's a Chuck E. Cheese rent-a-cop.
I don't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
We're not going to Chuck E. Cheese. It's just an example. She doesn't like Chuck E. Cheese. That's what the ego is. It is the ego is a security guard or a police impersonator. That's what the ego has a power trip. As long as you give the ego power, it will continue to grow. Okay? Have you ever had a moment where you were able to override your ego and believe in something beautiful and positive? Okay? That's something to think about. Has there ever been a time in your life where you were, in a sense, able to say, shut up, ego, go sit down. I'm going to believe in this beautiful thing. People who buy lottery tickets. Our ego may say, yeah, right.
Uber. I like the Uber to go everything.
Okay, my love. Our ego's like, yeah, right, you're just wasting money on scratchers. You're wasting money on, you're more likely to get struck by lightning 10 times than you are to win the lottery. But what do? You know what, ego? Shut it. I'm going to go buy 10 lottery tickets.
Hey, Mommy, where should I go? Where should I go? Should I go to Kids Gym or Walmart?
Kids Gym.
Okay, I'll go with Kids Gym.
Good job. Yeah, and we are. Those are times when we are able to say, you know what, ego, I'm gonna go and do it anyway because I have hope, because I feel good. When we are in the state of true happiness, where we feel really good and we're really happy, right? Medication time. Oops. When we're in a place of true happiness and we're in a good mood and everything is going right in our life, right? That's when we're overriding our ego. We have hope, optimism, vitality. But something always, what do we do when we feel really good? We're waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Oh my gosh, today has been such an amazing day. I wonder what's going to ruin it. Our ego starts putting little things in our head. It's not going to last. Something's going to ruin it. We wait for that other shoe to drop. Oh, this is too good to be true. Why is it too good to be true?
Mommy, should I go to Kids? Where should I go with it? Should I go to Kids Gym or Walmart?
Kids Gym.
I'll go with Walmart.
Well, that you have to talk to with Daddy.
Okay.
But yeah, why is it too good to be true?
I'll just go kiss Jim.
Okay, my love. I mean, have you thought of that? Why is it too good to be true? Why does it have to be too good to be true? Why do we have to live in negativity? Why can't we believe that we deserve good things? We are worth good things. Because we're always told that we're not good enough. Unless we're millionaires or billionaires, we're not good enough. You don't make enough money. You aren't smart enough. You aren't this, you aren't that. We have people, kids going on YouTube. I want to be the next Mr. Beast. I want to be the next I want to be the next PewDiePie or Charlie. Oh, that's never gonna happen. That's like that's just, a freak occurrence, or that's just, glitch in the matrix, or whatever you want to put it. Why does it have to be that way? That's not realistic. Why isn't it? Why isn't it realistic? Because you say it's not realistic? That doesn't make it not realistic. You think it's unrealistic. So you're never going to go for your dreams because you think your dreams are unrealistic. Okay? And so you end up putting that disbelief on your kids. Oh, just plan to be a mediocre person who lives to work. It sounds more like a you problem than a them problem. I'm just trying not to set you up for disappointment. Whose disappointment? Your disappointment? What if they do make it big as a YouTuber and get millions of subscribers? Do you think that YouTubers like Mr. Beast and Charlie and PewDiePie or Ryan Trahan, who is like my newest
Mommy?
Favorite YouTuber?
Should we go kiss Jim on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think when they started YouTube, they knew that they were going to be the one to make it to the top? No. They were doing what they loved, and their parents supported them. Okay? Their parents, even if their parents said, oh, you're never going to make it big on YouTube, they were like, you know what? They saw their parents, shut up, ego. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to do what I love to do. And look at where they are now. Millions. So when it comes to manifestation is a real thing. When we look around, trying to cross my legs. I hit my hand. When we look around, what we have around us is what we've manifested into our life based on our beliefs. That's why when we talk about manifestation, we talk about changing your core beliefs. These are things that were told to us when we were little, right? By our parents, family, peers, teachers. It's those core beliefs that keep us down, keep us mediocre or less than. I would say at this point, a lot of people, less, even me, I'm below mediocre. But I'm learning to pull myself out of the hole, right? We're all at the bottom of this deep hole. Some of us are studying and reading and trying out different things in order to climb out of that hole. And we're slowly starting to make our way up the walls. And then there's the other people who lay at the bottom of the hole and they're just accepting their fate. Fear is keeping them at the bottom of the hole. Just fear is the root of giving up. And speaking of which, I'm going to do a video next Tuesday called Why Try? It's the art of giving up, right? Why try? Why even try? that is like the concept of this whole. Why even try? Once I get to the top, then what? What am I going to do? Well, let's figure that out when we get to the top. Well, but let's get out of this hole. You go ahead. If you make it out, then I'll try. That's when it comes to things like that, when you're just like, fine, you do you, I'm getting out of this hole. Okay? Manifestation does exist. It's around us. Look at your surroundings. This is what you've manifested into your life by your beliefs. We're all, if you look outside, it's kind of gray. I don't think the sun's out. I think it's a little overcast. We grow up when we live through this cloudy day. Very few of us see the sun. Okay? And for those that say, I see the sun and the sun is warm and the sun is beautiful, and we're like, you're living in a fantasy world. What are you talking about? There's no sun out. It's those people who live I want to say live in the dark, who are unable to see the light. And the reason they're unable to see the light is because they choose not to see the light. They're more comfortable living in the dark. And then those who live in the light, we try to shine the light into the dark. But those living in the dark don't want to see the light. So then eventually we create a beacon and say, for those of you living in the dark, if you choose to want to see the light, you come over here to this beacon and we'll teach you about the light. We'll teach you how to see the light. We'll teach you how to live in the light. And once we see that light, once we're able to rid ourselves of all those shadows, of all of those negative core beliefs, all of the inability to take accountability for our lives, then we can truly use our emotion to manifest what we desire. Manifestation is emotion. Yes, because, they say, oh, you need to, they said, just feel happy. Well, there's a lot of people out there who don't truly know how to feel happy. You have to change your core beliefs. And there's how do I change my core beliefs? Oh, you have to do shadow work. How do I do that? Oh, you could look it up on YouTube. And it becomes how many steps is this? And I think that's the problem with a lot of manifestation channels, is there's a real need to start from the very, very bottom foundation of being able to manifest. Manifest is not just about, oh, if I focus on what I want, it'll appear to me. No, because your ego is going to override it. You may say, you may repeat affirmations, but if you don't put your ego in its place, it's going to override you. You're going to be like, I love money. Money is attracted to me. Money is magnetized to me. And your ego is like, no, it's not. Money is repelled from you. And you're like, and eventually you're like, yeah, maybe that's true. No. Manifestation is emotion. Emotion comes from a healed body. Or, no, I shouldn't say body. A healed spirit, a healed psyche. That's where the emotion that you need in order to manifest comes from. You cannot manifest without shadow work. You cannot manifest without healing. You won't be able to do it. Because your ego needs to be put in its place. So, that was my message about magic is emotion. All of my information is down below. I do have, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I still have my free tarot reading. Sessions. I'm gonna put them down below. Sessions. Healing, or 5 stages of ascension, which include shadow work. Shadow work is another session. Self-love is another session, and breaking ancestral and karmic cycles is the 4th sessions. And you all get a free introductory session. So you can request that down in my email is down below. Also, ways to donate, including my Amazon wish list, is down below, and my other social media. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Remember to have a beautiful day, week, weekend, month of your life. Remember to live in and spread love, joy, compassion, gratitude, kindness, peace, and enlightenment. And I will see you next time.